Bear with me here, trying to get my light to cooperate here. Being a little difficult. Come on. It's just being stubborn for me. Might just have to lay it like that. I think that'll work. Doc, what's up, Doc? Welcome in. Whoa, Kai made it. What's up? What's up? Thanks for the flow state. That's interesting. Appreciate that. Let's see. Get all my tools in a row here where I can see what's going on. And put this back over here. Whoopsies. Right there. All right, there we go. Now all my tools, I can see them. Okay. What's going on, folks? Tommy's here. Live long and prosper indeed. Buddy Sauls, dude, it's been a minute, huh? Welcome, welcome. Great to see ya. I'm gonna try to make a Clovis here. I think that's what I'd like to do. I'm gonna shift this over a bit. In fact, let me do this. I think that'll be a little easier for y'all. So we're gonna try to go for a Clovis. I'm known to kind of be terrible at Clovises because I don't enjoy making thicker points. So it's a little bit different for me. But I'm gonna give it a try. See what I can do. This is a piece of Alabama Coastal. Jesse's here. What's up, Jesse? And we're gonna try to make a Clovis. We're gonna see. Again, very difficult for me to do because I just do not, it's hard for me to leave something thick. And Clovises, you have to do that, and that's just kind of out of my comfort zone. So basically just getting a nice, even thickness throughout the base of this particular piece. And now I'm gonna bring in the big boy, the big guns. Throw this here and get out an issue stick. And this issue stick is gonna isolate a flute for me to run. Yep. 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 Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Isolate a good flute. I want to do the same thing on the other side if we can. And nothing too crazy, but there is something there for us to use. All right, now. let's try to make this a little bit cleaner of a flute by raising that up a little, and by, well, we got a ton of folks in here, trying to make a Clovis, and we're preparing and are about to flute this Clovis point. And hopefully all of our dimensions and everything is the way it needs to be. It better be, or else. All right, so we have a fluting nipple that we can strike. So that's what we're gonna strike here. Tommy Anderson, what's up? Welcome, welcome. All right, so I got a kind of a decent abrading session going on right there, and I think I'm ready to flute it. So is this the most perfect? Uh-oh, where my tool go? Oh, right there. Okay. There we go. Is this the most perfect little nipple to use? Probably not, but I think it'll suffice for what we're trying to do here. What type of rock is that? This is Alabama Coastal. Alabama Coastal Plains shirt. I need to get this one right. Make sure y'all can see what we're trying to accomplish here. Something happened. All right, look at that. Oh, that's epic right there. That's what you draw up. That is nice. All right, so that's where it terminated. No, excuse me. That's where it ended. This is where it, no. I'm terrible at puzzles. I'm better than my mom, but I'm still terrible at puzzles. She loves doing puzzles. So that's where I struck. I was on that nipple there, and it had enough meat and top end to be able to remove some material there. So now what I'm not so good at is removing a similar flake on the backside. That's what I need a lot of practice for and with. And so that's what I'm gonna try to emulate now. So I'm gonna take my smallest bopper, and I'm gonna chew out a decent portion of this space. Not a ton, but a decent portion. Notice, look at that little crystallite pocket right there. How cool is that? You get that in a lot of these stones. Explorer, what's up? Barrett, what's up? Dale, what's up? And I need this area to be thick enough to shoot off, you know, another flute. And right now it's not very thick at all. So I'm skeptical, very skeptical. So I definitely need to do some preparing and need to do a lot of work to make sure that I can actually do something with that. So let me take a sip of sweet tea here. That's what I got tonight. I got a little Diet Mountain Dew over there, but there we go. Got to stay hydrated. Okay, so we got a down area here. And I'm gonna definitely have to do some work to make this actually do what I need it to do. Not a great starting point. So I think what I'm gonna do is first start by shooting some flakes into the middle of this side. So very similar to what we were doing earlier, we'll take a pressure flaker, something like this, a copper one. All my tools are falling. Sharpen it up a tad. Okay, and I'm just gonna, up to about right there, I'm gonna start removing some flakes. And maybe even a little higher. Being a little bit more intentional about shooting these flakes in rather than just kind of peeling them down. Because generally that's what I've done, but it seems that shooting in is a little bit better, especially when it's a wider clovis. You want those flakes to run right into the middle if you can, from my limited experience. Same thing here. And there was a hinge, but we were able to catch it, so that's not an issue any longer. All right. Now I want to do kind of a similar thing on this side, so kind of round it over. Now I want to round over on this side, which just isolates it a little better. And we have an onlooker over there watching our every move. So we got to make sure we do this right. Let me start up here. There we are. Uh-oh. Okay, we caught it. Everything looks just okay from this perspective. It doesn't look crazy good. But I'm thinking this should be good enough to remove a flute. It's just a matter of how much thickness do we have here to create the right nipple. Because we need a good nipple. So we're gonna set it up with our issue stick again. I am gonna sharpen it. And this is gonna isolate for us a platform to use. So we've put that aside. Now let's see what we can do. Again, there's gonna be limited. That's about as much of a divot as I can put into the stone, and honestly, folks, I'm not liking the look of what I'm seeing. But let's persevere, tragically. Yep, so a couple things that are not working in my favor. And the dominant one is that it's kind of a flat area here. And this isn't really conducive for shooting a good flake. So I've got to do some serious surgery on this platform to make it even worthwhile. Needs to be stout enough, which I'm also concerned about. But given that it doesn't have much meat to run on, that's already 2 strikes. And we all know the saying, 3 strikes, you're out. Oof, yeah, I just don't have much meat here. So gonna have to really pull out all the stops here for this to work. Yeah, I'm not liking this. Have to strike it hard, but striking it hard is running the risk of breaking the point. So it's kind of just, this is gonna gouge and I know it, but if I push hard enough, it'll break in the middle and it'll do what I want to, but I think this is gonna catastrophically fail. I really do. My heart of hearts. There is a chance. If I were to give it a chance, it's maybe 35 to 40% chance it actually runs really well. And that's if I strike the platform correctly. So this will likely break the entire point, but who cares? Yeah, it hinged out like I thought. Yeah, I just didn't have the gumption to get over that. And that, you know, it really stinks. Because that's how a lot of my clovises end up coming out is I leave it thick enough on one side, but I don't leave it thick enough on the other. And that's my downfall. So what can you do? What can you do? Kind of stinks. What's that? This is Alabama Coastal Plains Shirt. And we're making a Clovis point that I just catastrophically failed at making. Oh goodness, there's literally no getting around that. I could trim it up to here and maybe save it, but again, this flute is so small. It's kind of just one of those, you just got to accept defeat and move on. Yeah, I got to get better at my Clovises. What can I say? What can I say? Now, how do you save a piece like this? Well, again, it's tragic. I know it. But there are ways to save it. That doesn't mean we will, but we're going to try. Let me see. I'm looking for a particular bopper. Where did it go? That's not my smallest. I have another bopper that's smaller than that. Oh, there it is. I knew it was around here somewhere. We still have ways of fixing this. Display the pretty side. No, I can't do that. I can't do that and feel right about it. No, I couldn't do that, Tom. It's just not whole. Make a Dalton. Yeah, I could make a Dalton, but that gouge out is so huge. Again, that's been I'm not leaving the other side thick enough. That's my Clovis problem. But let's see if we can fix it. All right. So just trying to run across the thickness there. And plenty of point types we can still make, given this holds together, and it may not. But there is one that's very similar to a Clovis that is not fluted, at least in a heavy sense. And many on the channel are familiar with what that point type is. That you're sending it down with. This is called a copper bopper. Copper bopper. It's a cool name. And so the point type that I'm now going to shift to is either a Simpson or a Bowl and Bevel. One of the two if I can pull it off. So on this side, I'm just going to rapidly thin. And Folsom, yeah. A little too late for that, tragically. I needed a bigger bopper for that. What am I doing? So I got us another hinge in this. That's just fantastic. Once I moved up to the thicker material, I should have switched boppers immediately, and I didn't. That's more like it. Even though it caught the thing, but now it's making me think here. Let me see. This is not going as easy as I had hoped. Whatsoever. Oh, we take it a step at a time. This is awesome. Oh, what's up? Hey, buddy, I got the text from you today. Again, just doing all that I can to preserve this piece. It's pretty tough. The good thing though is if we do preserve it, it'll be thinner than the Clovis we made. That much I can guarantee. All right, no hinges, we're good there. All right, I don't just want to collapse that off just yet. What's up, everybody? Go. Ah, that caught me a little bit. Sometimes the flakes, they fight back. That is a shell that originally was thrown into the sediment when this was forming, this rock was forming. You have little shells that are quite common throughout coastal plains chert, and that's one of them. We call them shells, you can call them rice grains. Are they actually shells? Well, kinda. There were a lot of different microorganisms that were floating around. And that is why you don't always enjoy finding them in your stone, because they cause hinges. Bad hinges. Thankfully we were able to get around that one. But whew, that could have been really bad. Again, pretty limited on what I can do down here. I was hoping that would run a little better. That was okay. This still has the potential to be something really good, but we gotta really work for it. Back. Oh man, happy you're back though. I said hello. What's up? Finally, someone who speaks. I do not speak Spanish. Maybe somebody in the chat though, but not me. Austin might, but not me. See, that's gonna cause some issues too. Caught most of it though. All right, but now we gotta switch sides. That's where the true test really comes in. Trying to keep this what we want it to be, because this is gonna be tough. But we just gotta go down the line and flint knap some of this off. Yep. And just hope that each flake comes off the exact way we want it to. Coming up on a step fracture, I'm not excited about. Okay, that actually did run over to that and caught a little bit of the step fracture, but this step fracture is still really prominent, and I'm kind of scared to fool around with it too much. Oh yeah, that's gonna be tough. No. Let's see. We had a little fossil inclusion there, and we have a little fossil inclusion here. Oh goodness! Don't you just love Alabama coastal? I just love this stuff. Oh, maybe I should have listened to Tommy and just kept it looking good on one side. That's what I should have done. I can still work this piece. That's not a problem. This piece is just, it is what it is. It's funny, both of these are quite see-through. But let's move to something else. We can either work this big piece, we can work this big piece, or we can work this big piece. Oh, hello, all right. Tried indirect fluting. My problem is just setting up the opposite side flute. I can set it up great, it's just, I never ever leave myself enough room to have enough meat to flake it, so that's my issue there. It's my own fault, it's preparing that. I'm confident with shooting the flutes, but it's just the preparing them. I'm gonna set this one down. This is some more Alabama coastal, and I kind of don't want to. I want to take a flake off of it just to see. So I have high hopes for this one. Oh yeah, that'll be nice. That'll be nice. But I'll fool with it another time. I'm gonna work on this piece of coral here. Work on something decently sized tonight. There we go. But yeah, this one stinks. That one stinks. But you know, you win some and you lose some. And that one we lost it. And that's all right. That's all right, folks. It's all right. This one has a huge coral entity in there that we got to try to figure out. And if we can shoot across it there, this side, much of the mass is on this side though. We may have to lose some length to be able to get this out. But it's one of those where I feel like we have to get it out. So let's see what we can try to accomplish here. All right, we got some of it. You know what? I'm happy with just that. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. I'd like to preserve a little bit of that because I think a little bit of that would be cool for character's sake in the final point. And I might actually sell this one. Usually y'all might think that, you know, something big like this I wouldn't sell. But I'm gonna try to start considering selling some of my bigger stuff and letting y'all enjoy some of the bigger stuff that I make, seeing it in person. But we'll see, we'll see. It's not a guarantee. That rhymes. Bigger's better. Yeah, we'll see, we'll see. Bigger flakes are definitely better. I'd rather wallop off some big flakes than small flakes, that's for sure. Ooh, now these have some polyps in it. Now that's cool. I don't know if you can see them, but there's some individual polyp structures in through there. Nothing wild, but there are some. Translucence doesn't pick all of them up, so I'm not going to keep all the flakes. Especially since most of these are small, given it's already thinned down a decent ways. And I'm going to try to preserve the length best we can. So this will be the tip of our blade. And I'm going to shoot a flake into the center here. Can't go too awful far, but you know, that should be plenty good. Now let's maybe shoot a flake back into here. I don't want to go too far, but you know, just something that's decent, thins the piece, but also maintains some consistency. Okay, now we're getting into where I have some big striking or big strike power, and I need to be able to think through that with some other flakes already taken off. So let's transition over here. Okay. All right. Now that wasn't great. I'm not gonna lie, that wasn't great. I need to try to catch the little bit of doings that we left behind. And really, this is the only way I can do it, so. Isolate a platform here. Actually establish a platform, because there really wasn't one. Isolate it more. Whoopsies. And then we're going to take this flake and run it in through here. All right. you ready? There we go. Still getting some halfway decent flakes off of this. Nothing wild. It's about time for me to switch boppers and downsize. This is kind of a hefty bopper for what I'm trying to do with it. So let me go ahead and downsize. All this back in through here needs to be more even. It's almost like this is really low, so. But maybe that's high. I think both are true. So we're gonna take some here, but also take some here. All right, whoa, somebody donated. Elias donated. Oh, wow, thanks. I appreciate that, man. That's very kind of you. Super kind of you. I don't know what that transitions to. I never do, but I do appreciate it. Where's my big old whacker knocker, or whatever you want to call it? There we go. Whippersnapper. I wanted to call it a whopper plopper because that's what we say in the fishing world. That is that one bait called a whopper plopper. There we are. That's a good flake. Let's see. Again, still pretty high on this side. That definitely needs to be addressed at some point. I'm gonna try to catch this ridge over here. I might not be able to, but I'm gonna try. Yeah, we caught it. That gives us a little more access in through here. Not much though, can't lie, not much. But something. Let's wait on that. That looks a bit fragile, so I'm gonna hold off on that for just a moment. Yeah, I should have used my big my big bopper on that one. And maybe same thing here. I should use the big one. Let's see. And I have one even bigger than that, but I think this one will be big enough. Ready? There we go. Oh yeah, look at the structure there. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Some of the pilots in through there. Usually when I get a piece of coral like this, I'm thinking Noonan. Noonan is a type of blade that's just commonly found in Florida. And mostly found in Florida. It is just a well-made, generally exceptionally thin point. I knew that'd break. I'm gonna treat this kind of like a flute here. It's only semi-isolated, but yeah, there we go. Basically trying to get all of this the same height. Flat, but also the same height. That way it's smooth in through here. Smooth, smooth. And might be able to set one more up. I have the space to. I don't see why I shouldn't. This would be a miniature one. Yeah, a miniature flake. To get everything in here the way I want it to be. No thick area right here, which in the middle of your points is usually the thickest area. I'm making sure that early on that's not going to be the case. Yep, still trying to get this the same thinness. Because once everything looks absolutely golden on this side, I'll know I can transition. Caused a little bit of a, it's not bad. I took care of a little bit. But that little slight divot there, I'm not in love with. I could have avoided that. I think the best way to catch it there, but this is already set up for these flakes, so kind of ruined where that's concerned. It's hard to explain, but in a lot of these cases, I'm thinking 4 steps ahead, 3 or 4 steps ahead. I'm like, okay, well, I'm doing this in order to accomplish something way down here. In other words, I'm thinning this down, thinning, until I can isolate this to run back and catch my little faulty area there. And although this isn't the right side that I ought to be thinning on, it's one that I need to do in order to accomplish what I feel like I have to do on this other side. So now I can establish something there once I isolate it. Hopefully. So I'm going to try to utilize this ridge to run back. Okay, just going to do just a little flake there. Now it's time to isolate. Let's see. Start up here, make sure everything's good. Up yonder ways. And now we need to angle this platform that way. I think we've accomplished it. I think we can get a little drag down through here. I don't know. But it also hinges out here, so it's going to cause a hinge in the middle, but I can catch that hinge, if that makes sense. Look at that. It did exactly like I thought. It drug down, caught a little bit of this. Didn't catch it all, and that's okay. I think because we gouged this out, there's enough meat here I can catch it eventually. And it also eventually, stalled out in the middle. But we can catch those. That's the plan. Jam. Yeah, I think I can actually catch that once I set up a couple more little this is shaky. This is one of those where I'm like, Jake, do you really want to do this? But when I accomplish what I'm looking for, then I realize, yeah, it is. Caused a hinge, but we can catch it. Whoa, somebody sent Tanya sent stay hydrated. let me get a sip of sweet tea. I appreciate that. What up, Dogma? Yeah, I appreciate that. It's not like I couldn't take a sip of drink, while I'm flint napping, but the added little bit of encouragement. Yeah, I'll take that. Now here I definitely need to downsize. I've pushed my luck with that big one, so I just gotta hope this takes. It took there we go. This is some real finicky stuff up here towards the sip. I can't lie. That is pretty raunchy. Pretty rough in through there. All right. Appreciate everybody who's joining. I really appreciate it. So we're gonna thin this down now. Maybe shoot up because there's a little thickness there. Then we can shoot back. Yep, so slight bias up. See that? Slight bias. But we still have enough meat on a secondary platform to catch a little bit in through here. But your secondary platforms can be weak now, so you need to make sure it's abraded well. There you go. Floats right in there. Thins it down with no issues. Now this may be an issue because that is a void if I've ever seen one. And it's a little druzy pocket. That's what I call them, at least. This could be detrimental here. Oh, thank goodness. Ran in there nice and smooth. But you can see it's going to end up giving us some problems in the future, I would imagine. I'm just hoping this one runs in there smooth. Oh, that did great. That did just what I needed it to. But now this base is higher than these flakes. I've got to address that. And I'm going to address it after I do the other side. Because the other side is worse. Caught that. Caught that. Oh yeah, that's clean. That is clean. I was really skeptical about this piece, but I'm gonna be honest, it's working all right. He says as he approaches one of the most difficult portions he's gonna have to face. And that is this monstrosity here. Whoa, I don't know what that is, but thanks for that gift. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, yeah. More nice, nice symmetrical flaking there. Yeah, I like it. Now, I need enough meat here. I need to go ahead and get by, but then I'm gonna have nothing to go on. But that has to come out, so. Okay, I clipped a portion of that little mountain. Oh, this is bad. This is just bad. I just abraded the mess out of my finger too. Oh boy. Okay, this is not gonna end well. I gotta strike here, not here or here. I gotta strike way over here to catch this. So I'm doing an extra bit of isolation. Oh, we actually caught some of it. Oh, thank goodness. Marcia, you coming to say hello, buddy? Oh, okay, so we still got a monstrosity right here to get through. I'm hoping I can do this. Yes, and then I gotta choose my platform wisely. I can go either here or here. This is the safer bet. Yeah, blow right through it. Left us a little bit of a mess in the middle, but not something I don't think we can't handle. That I'll get to later. I need to focus on my heavy strikes right now. I don't like this. I knew I didn't like that. This is a little better. I gotta really pile drive this one in there. Yeah, there we go. That's what we needed right there, folks. Breath of fresh air. Alright, this is the middle of the point, so this is where it gets a little tricky here. Isolate and then just wham one in there. Okay, we might can catch that. Nonetheless, I'm happy with how good this strike came off. That did awesome. That was great. All right, so we got it thin in the middle. We need to get it thin towards the tip. Oh, we got a lot to do here. All right. Huh. This is going to be difficult for me, I see. Oh, that's pitiful. That is just pure pitiful. Come on now. I knew this stone was rough up here towards the tip. I didn't think it was that rough. Come on now. It's more like it. It was acting up on me. Same thing here. Now, this needs to go well. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. All right, we did all right. That was really good. Almost too good. When I first saw it come off, I'm like, oh no. But then I looked at it, I'm like, wait, that's kind of what I want. Now I'm afraid for this other side. Because it also needs to get a good thin flaking on it. Yeah, we got a ton of folks in here. What's up, folks? What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is pretty crazy. Come on. Come on. Terminate well. I did okay. Wasn't great. I can probably catch that little itty bitty bit there. That did good. That should be fine. Yep. We're getting down to it, folks. I mean, this is coming out pretty good. Favorite stone, too many stones. I don't know a lot about just random stones. I just know a lot about certain stones. And I really don't know a lot about stones in general. I just happen to be good at working them. Somebody else in the comments might be able to help you out a little bit, though. This is where it gets tricky. Oh, we ran through it. Look at there. All that crud. We actually did it. Just a little. Okay, we caught it. Yep. This should be fun here. Catch one of these hinges and get a bigger bumper. I didn't really catch it, but I guess it's not end of the world. It's not. It's just. Oh, come on. I didn't want to get over a certain little hump there, and I really wanted it to. And now it's going to make me strike on this already fragile area. Okay, well that caught it. Caught some of it. But not the big issue here. Oh, there we go. We caught it. Let's go. Proud of that one. Only one more to catch, really. This is tough. Oh, but we did it. A little bit of a hands there, but that can be picked out. Okay. Could have been more careful there. Technically, I think that'll come out anyways. But anyways. I knew that was a spider. What kind of spider was it? Hopefully it's just a little wolf spider. If so, he was a friendly. Tempted to reduce this down, I can't lie. Excuse me. removed a little thickness there. Not a ton, but a little. Now, I'm under no illusion that this will actually cross the entire piece, but got to the middle, and I'm hoping I can catch it from the other side. Yep. Again, it's just my job to get to the middle on this side. Now I just gotta hope I can catch it from the other edge. It's not like super likely. Everything's not really set up right, but I'm gonna try to make it favor me though by doing a little bit of this beveling here. And then hoping to isolate a couple things. Ooh, I was hoping that would run all the way. Not to flake the thickness here. I want it to, but oh, that was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Crud. So we're left with no good options. We only have one platform that'll actually work. So this is it. And no other way to pull this off. And we did it. It had to be on the wider portion of this because it needed to be a wide flake. And that was just perfect. Could not have asked for a better flake. Man. This side is immaculate. Not super translucent at all. But yeah, that was great. You could tell even our little itty bitty little flute, it actually ran that ridge. So that actually helped us. So now we just thin down the edge. I'm sure there'll be some more thick portions I gotta address. Hopefully not soon. technically take one here. Just a small one, maybe. Yeah. And maybe one here for the thickness sake. Oh, come on now. That's more like it. Oh yeah. It's looking pretty good. Sorry, I got a little flake in my foot. Oh yeah, that looks good. I don't want to reduce the width too much, but I also want it to be straight, you know. This thing is a dinner platter. Not gonna be my thing. This moth needs to get on somewhere, bro. Get on somewhere, land somewhere so I can smack you or something. Please and thank you. The tip is now kind of acting well for us. It wasn't treating us super kindly at first, and now it is. Certain areas. The very tip is what gave us the most issue, which is up here. There we go. Yep. So for those who say you can't achieve a real nice blade like this from just direct percussion, well, I don't really hear many people saying that, but a lot of people, I think, in their minds, especially beginners, may say, oh, that's just impossible with a bopper. You got to do indirect. But with a lot of practice and some willpower and a little bit of stubbornness of not wanting to go the indirect route, I and many others are able to use indirect percussion to get some really, really thin blades. I'm working my way up to that. I said I'd catch that hinge for you, so I'm trying. Trying my best. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I'll show you this in a second, but this could be bad too. That stinks. Come on, man. Oh, this could be catastrophic. Well, I didn't catch it, but I can pick it out. Now, what was catastrophic is the hole right there actually lines up with the angle I was trying to off. Able to get around it a little bit though. Heat treating really did wonders on that one. Heat treating can really do some interesting stuff. It can heal some seams, it can strengthen some areas that are actually weak at certain points. Okay, don't need to get sloppy here. There we are. Yeah, I can pick that out hopefully pretty easily with this right here. Man, how many, man, 450, man, that's crazy. Can we get to 500 likes? That's the big question. John, what's up? Welcome in, bud. All right, let's see. That's the only real hinge I can find that's of note. And we caught it because we're that good. What can I say? What can I say? We're just that good. Should I leave it like this? That's what I'm thinking about. If I were to do a Noonan, it'd kind of be a wide Noonan. It'd be a real wide Noonan. It's got such a nice base on there. Part of me thinks I need to utilize the base too. Not worry about that. It'd be good as a blade as well. Get out of here. A moth, mosquito. You got to be kidding me. Get out of here. I'm using this as a fly swatter. That's hilarious. Folsom? LOL. Skill known the man. Certainly one of them. Let's see. Gonna pop a Diet Mountain Dew here. All right. By the way, I posted a video today, and in that video, I made this Abbey point. It's intentionally thick because that's how they're made. And anyways, it's got some translucence to it. If anybody wants a really cheap Abbey point, let me know, because I will sell it to you. And also, this petrified wood Clovis was like a 15 or 20-minute challenge. Yeah, if anybody wants that too, it's not translucent at all, so just let me know. Wouldn't mind selling them on the super duper low. All right, yeah, this is tough. I mean, there's so many options I can do here. I mean, a big option is just go Noonan. Let's see my expert melter here. Problem with the Noonan is you get rid of a decent chunk of the base here that I actually really like. Yeah. But it's not bad. Might inevitably have to go that route, and that'd be fine. I don't really want to do corner notch. Let me pull a, well, the book's way over yonder. Huh. What should we do? What should we do? Very sharp indeed. No. Yeah, I don't know what I want to make here. I mean, I could still go Noonan, but oh man, I might as well. I really don't want to go Marion, and I don't want to go Pasco, so I guess we have our answer, right? Still got a ways to go, don't get me wrong, but I just don't think we'll make it there. All right, yeah, that's gonna be for the other flaker. Go. All right, go back to pressure flaker here. All right, y'all still with me? Oh yeah. Well, we reached 400 though. Odyssey was amazing. No way. South experimental with that. Yeah, as far as I know, yes. Not likely to break at this point. Oh, don't jinx me now. Wow, you're gonna jinx me like that? Wow, okay. Nah, you're good. You're right, you're right. Okay. I lately have kind of been liking the notches that go back inward. Hopefully I can demonstrate that on this one, but it'd make the stem look a little more unique. Just a slight curve. Yeah, something about like that. Yep. Mountain Dew break. Ugh. All right, let's see. Can we match it on the other side? Then we got to finish the flaking itself. Oh boy, still got a ways to go. By the way, if you're sticking on here to see if I sell it, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know. Now that I'm this far in, it's gonna be hard pressed for me to want to sell it. I'd rather be honest with you now than later. I may sell it in a few days, but I think it's unlikely I'll sell it tonight. I'll put it that way. It's just such a colorful piece of coral and a big example. And to be able to maintain it all has been a challenge. But I can see little polyp structures. It's one that might be worth keeping, I'll put it that way. Or to put in even different words, it's I probably couldn't be offered an amount where it'd take it out of my hands. It's that nice. I want to keep it. I'm thinking. Again, y'all know I give it a day or two, and I may not be in the right mind, and Attorney Bailey may get on my case about it, and I may have a lapse in judgment and sell some of my points maybe on accident, but you know, not on accident, but out of the generosity of my heart. What can I say? Mountain Dew indeed. Skill to acquire. It's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. It's definitely unique. Well, we caught that one. That was good. Oh boy. Still got a lot of stuff to go here. Not looking forward to it all. I want it to be done. Whew. It's taking a lot out of me here, folks. What's so funny is that the blade isn't even finished. All this, we're fooling around with the base and the blade isn't even done. Oh boy. Looking for a flower pot kind of base. But in this case, an elongated flower pot base. It doesn't really look like a flower pot anymore. Ah, I took a little much there. Maybe that's good. Just leave it, Jake. All right, so the base is done, as far as I know. That's more like it. All right, now why did I say that the blade itself is not done? Well, for a number of reasons. One of those reasons is I'm not done with percussion. That may surprise some of you, but I'm not. $440. Yeah, we can get to 500 likes. Come on, guys, we can do it. I know most of y'all have probably already liked. That's fine. I think we can get there. I really do. All right, let's be strategic. Let's be strategic. Some of y'all are like, Jake, what are you doing? But I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I'm not thinning to the middle. I'm thinning about a fourth of the way across in some areas. Again, just in some areas, not in every area. $450. Uh-oh, we're getting close to 500. My largest stream ever, I got over 1,000 likes. So that was when my streams were pushed out a little bit more than they are now. So more people were watching them. All right, so I did that side. I'm gonna come back and maybe do a couple more on the other. And just small little flakes. All right. So this edge is naturally going to be a little bit thinner than this thicker edge because of the process that I just did. And it's going to be a little cleaner. All right, so same slight process on the other side. Yep. All right, so far the entire blade has just been all percussion. All percussion. The base has been, I did some pressure flaking, but now it's time to pressure flake the edge. So it's a never ending process. I always got something to do, but this one's gonna be an absolute smoker. I mean, come on, look at that in a case though. Come on. Come on. We're at 465. We need 35 more lights to end the stream. Y'all might be able to end it before I can finish my point, in which case I wouldn't be too unhappy because my back is killing me. Let's see if I can do this. I need to expand my little thingy here. Thanks, Chili. Sorry I hadn't been reading comments. Let's go there. That's about as far out as I could take it. All right, 467. Uh-oh. I'm getting a little bit, getting a handful more lights. I'll take it, I'll take it. All right. Let's do some edge work here. Doesn't need much. But it does need some. Absolutely. Absolutely it does. 468. Now y'all are going a little slower, see? I was thinking y'all be ready to end the stream. But yeah, 500 likes, I'm gonna call it either way. I'm gonna try to beat the clock here. Won't rush myself, but all right, little baby teeth on there, they don't hurt. Now I need to do the other side. I don't really want to pull it down too much. Hopefully that'll suffice. All right, did the baby teeth on that side. Now I gotta do baby teeth on this side. So I'm a fourth of the way done. That was a fourth of my process. So now I do this other side. Figure out which way I want to go first. I guess this side. Thanks, Carrie. I appreciate that. 479. Uh-oh, we're getting close. Getting close to our light goal. So happy that didn't mess up on me. That could have gone 100 different ways. That was where that little problem area was. All right, again, just a slight braiding session there. Sharpen my tip up a little bit. And here we go. Just gonna leave that part alone, I think. All right, now time for our final few steps. All right, 6 more likes to 500. Oh, goodness. I am so exhausted. My hiney hurts. Just being honest, it does. Been sitting down for a minute and a half. All right. Marsha, you about ready to call it, huh? What you think over there, buddy? What you think? This is where the real puppy teeth come in. Really, they're just micro serrations. But it's how I like to, oh, I did touch that little piece, I shouldn't have. It's how I like to finish my points. Most of them. Kind of has an orange, well, I was gonna say orange tip, but like an orange, red, yellow kind of flavor. It's all orange, but looks like fire. Almost took too much there. What you say, Marsh? What you think, big boy? All right, this side is done. Now I gotta do the other side. See how this is just jagged? Now some of you may look at that and be like, oh, that looks nice. But I want it a little cleaner. Hey, we hit 500, let's go. I said I'd quit once we hit it, but you know what? Dude, the steel nail is great, Lance, is it not? It's literally awesome. It's literally the best. Like, how can you go wrong with that? They just work great. They just work great, you know? They just work amazingly well. All right, now I gotta do the same doggone thing on this side. Okay. I'm sorry, buddy. I know. It's almost that time, okay? It's almost that time. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's almost time to go in. It's almost time to go in. I better do it this way. All right, no one can come at me for not having a sharp tip on this one. That's for sure. Yep, I think that's gonna be about it. Absolutely demolished this Noonan. Oh yeah, this is pretty epic right here. Well, Marshall, I think I caught that too. That's crazy. Marshall, I think I done made me a doozy. Done made me a doozy. This is a monster. Spend my precious time on it too, that's for sure. Lori says thank you. I appreciate that. Blunt, what's up? Thanks, man. I'm the GOAT. Bye. Broke it, yeah, right. Close at the beginning of the stream. Oh, I broke that, yeah. Oh, that's what Chili was referring to. Yeah, I broke it, yeah. It's the best, yeah. Streaks on the rock. Yeah, I found that too. Not super translucent. It's one of those more opaque corals, but it still has a little bit there. A little bit there. Yep. Pretty neat. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. Whew. Oh my. Oh my. Yep. That was a good one. That was a good one. And we reached 500 likes. That's awesome. And I streamed for over 2 hours. That's just great. I mentioned this earlier, but these were from my last 2 videos I posted. 15-minute petrified palmwood, Clovis / whatever. And then this is the video I posted today. Some of y'all need to go watch it, actually. It was like, can I fix this broken rock or something? Anyways, I made this Abby. I don't know if y'all want these for cheap, but I'll just say for both of them, if anybody wants to give me a cheap price or something, I'll ship them to you if you want them. Those videos might go viral one day. You never know. I'm doubtful of that. Some of them may. You never know. All right, 30 bucks for both of them. Carrie. All right, anybody want to beat them out on that? Again, they're just kind of bobo. The Abby's probably better than the other, but the Abby's actually translucent. This one's nothing. All right, 30 going once. 30 going twice. Anybody else interested? And I think that might do it. What about the blue coral? I don't know what you're referencing. Don't know what you're referencing. You got it, Carrie. I don't see anybody else bidding on it yet. The blue coral. Oh, you're talking about the the boggy branch I made, I decided to keep that one. Look at that. I mean, that's crazy, right? No, I do edit my thumbnails, but I can't edit this. This is just, you can see exactly how blue that is. That's just crazy. Yeah, I decided to keep that one for now. For now is the key word. Is the key word. Well, all right, folks. It's been awesome. Yep, 30 bucks, you got those two. Absolutely. Going cheap. Yeah, well, hey, you had an option to get it now, but Carrie got it. It'll be Carrie's. You ready to go in, Bo? All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Bo. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Y'all are amazing. Really, really do appreciate it. And we shall catch you on the next stream. Peace.